two distinguished scientists who have just received honoris causa, Doctor of Science, Dr. Basu and Dr. Mahapatru, distinguished members of the faculty, distinguished heads of the various departments and deans, guests, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. The young students, particularly those who are graduating out and leaving their alma mater. Today I wish to talk to you about a very daunting problems facing the nation to us, facing the people of this great country, the problems of our farmers. If you take the trouble of going through the documents of the first 5-year plan, which was drafted in 1951, 78 years ago, and in that plan, which were the problems of the farmers: low productivity, lack of irrigation facilities, low yield per hectare of land, non-availability of the rural infrastructures, good roads, storing facilities, non-availability of electricity, and unfortunately, after implementation of 12 5-year plan, 5 annual plans spanning over more than 60 years, almost 70 years, the problems are almost the same. Of course, in quantum terms, volume of grain production, which was the first objective of the first revolution, we have achieved major success, particularly in the food grain production. In 1950, our total grain production was 50 million tons, and today it is more than 276 million tons. The population has increased, but at the same time, the problems remain quite acute. I am just making a passing reference of the farmer suicide and death. In 2012, as per the report of the National Crime Records Bureau of India, 13,754 farmers' suicides took place. And most of these cases of suicides are because of their indebtedness. That means what they borrowed to invest in cultivation and what they produced after hard work were not enough to support him and to pay back the indebtedness. This reminds me, again in the mid-70s of the last centuries, precisely 1975, to address the problem, high interest rates of the moneylenders, from where the farmers are compelled to borrow, to give them relief, regional concept of regional rural Gramin banks, village rural banks, regional rural banks. The concept were implemented into first 5 RRBs, regional rural banks, and ultimately it reached to 84, covering 1 or 2 or 3 districts. But unfortunately this scheme did not take place, as the rural indebtedness problem of Bangladesh has been solved to a great extent by Professor Yunus. I am just highlighting this point that as agricultural science graduates, postgraduates, doctors, PhDs, DSCs, you shall have to address the problem. This is a problem which draws our attention immediately. India has the second largest arable land next to USA only. But as per the World Bank report of 2017, which has expressed its concern on the poor agricultural conditions of India. And the 3 major reasons which I have spoken to you earlier: low yield per hectare, non-availability of the inputs, and storing facilities. Even being the second highest producers of second largest producers of fruits next to Brazil and vegetables next to China, not even 42% of this total produce have the facilities of being processed in this country. This is the problem, dear agricultural scientists, graduates and postgraduates, are to be addressed. This is our problem, and this problem is to be solved by us. The second issue, which is most important, indebtedness. Sometimes, including myself, I cannot absolve my responsibility, as almost quarter century of my life, more than quarter century of my life, precisely 25 years, I am not yet 100. I spent as ministers in the various government, starting from Indira Gandhi to Dr. Manmohan Singh. Despite that, we address the problems. As I said, to have the institutional credit facilities for the rural areas. When Narasimhan Committee's report in 1974 told us that 78% of the requirement of rural credit are coming from the unauthorized money lenders, we established the institutions of RRBs, but we could not take it to the logical conclusion of addressing the poor farmers, requirement of the villagers, artisans, poor people, because the overhead cost of even the RRBs sometimes became higher than the rural branches of the commercial banks. So we are to draw lessons from our mistakes, and we are to take the corrective steps.